What is not illegal, but just feels wrong? Marrying a 14-year-old in Missouri. Worse, marrying a 12Y/O because her parents are fundamentalist Zions and consent to the marriage. Yeah, turns out a lot of states have a parental consent loophole to the minimum marriage age. Unfortunately, this means that being forced into a child marriage by your own parents is legal. In some counties in Mississippi, it's not illegal to drink while driving. It's illegal to drive with a back above .08. So if you pass a cop while turning up a beer, you'll be pulled over every time. But once you prove you're not impaired, eyes aren't glassy, speech isn't slurred, steady on your feet, have a back below .08 on the portable breathalyzer, you're free to go, because the actual action of drinking while driving by itself is not illegal. It does, however, give law enforcement probable cause to stop you. Driving in front of a cop. Let me just slow down here and drive like the nice boy mama always said I was. Just slam on the brakes from 10 miles per hour above highway speed to 10 under to be sure. Hands at 10 and 2. When you return to your parked car and find people leaning against it or sitting on the hood. When you return to your motorcycle and see someone sitting on the seat and his friend is taking pictures. What the duck, man? You wouldn't get into someone's car. Why would you sit on someone's bike? Those people would, if it were unlocked. Faking the lowering of prices and deals when shops have sales. It always pissed me off when I worked at Aeropostale how our pants were normally $20, but when we had a sale they were marked up to 50% off of $50. They charged $5 more during the sale. That is illegal in the US, and from what someone else said, Canada as well. Not sure about other countries. Cutting in line. That is illegal, source I'm British. We hang people for that. I remember being about 5 months, visibly pregnant at a festival waiting in a line for the toilet. A couple just walked to the front and went straight in one of the porta potties. The conversation that followed was hilarious. Lots of people pointed out that if a pregnant lady could wait then so could a grown man, but no one actually said anything to them. We all just TSK'd them when they walked out. $14 in fees on a $20 concert ticket. What's depressing is that this doesn't actually seem all that bad compared to prices I've paid in the past. Radio commercials with traffic noises such as sirens, or squealing brakes or crashes or horns. When motorbikes traverse in between 2 lanes of cars at a standstill like a red light. Lane splitting is illegal in some places, legal in others. Check your local laws. So lane splitting and filtering are different. Lane splitting is between moving vehicles, such as is legal in California, typically between lanes 1 and 2. Filtering forward at a red light is legal in a lot more places. I'm fine with filtering, but if I'm at the front of the line, stopped at the stop line, and you filter forward to stop on the crosswalk, I have zero sympathy. If someone gets pissy crossing, or the turning big rig can't make the turn because you're in front of the stop line. MLM companies. I thought this was illegal. Technically pyramid schemes are illegal and technically MLMs aren't pyramid schemes because they offer a real product. Technically. Photoshopping people in magazine covers without their consent or without quickly reviewing the changes with them before publishing. Many people haven't seen their photo later and been shocked at how their appearance was manipulated then publicized. My company did this, and we aren't even a large company. They took headshots for our website and made crazy changes. They removed any freckles, moles, imperfections, gave everyone a post-vacation tan, and altered hair color. If I ever go missing I hope they don't use that photo, because it doesn't look like me at all. Mandatory binding arbitration clauses and class action waivers in consumer contracts. The class action waivers can't be enforceable. Can they? Depends on context and country. In the US, just because something is in a contract doesn't make it enforceable. There's plenty of instances of judges just saying nah fuck off in response to unreasonable legal bindings. Like when you sign up for literally anything, and you have to check a box saying you read 200 pages of legal documents and accept their terms. Those don't hold up well in court. At least this is what I've been led to believe. Euthanizing healthy pets. It shouldn't be allowed. I literally commented about this in another post recently. Euthanizing healthy pets is in fact forbidden in Germany. Got flagged and downvoted cause this law is stupid, since you can still kill animals for their meat. Yeah sure, let's get rid of a law protecting at least some animals. A product that states it has X% more but then make the container smaller. The grocery shrink ray. That's the confusion with concentration vs size. Companies paying zero in taxes. This is legal. If there is a loophole they use, then yes, it is fully legal, and it is up to the government to close said loopholes. Companies will always want to pay as little taxes as possible, and governments need to make sure they do, but not so much, so they drive business away. Paying zero to little is disgusting though, and should be fixed. No company is going to pack up and move if they pay decent amount of tax. Being 70 and ducking an 18-year-old. In the UK the age of consent is 16, and that's it. Once 16 anyone is an option. I thought there'd be a limit but no. Holding the door open for someone over 10 paces away, a long enough distance, that makes them start to hustle toward the door to be polite, but then pulling the door shut just before they get there. That's a power move. Drug commercials. Direct to consumer marketing. Only legal in the US. Hell, I work for a pharmaceutical company and I have no idea why it's allowed and pursued. The only reason I can really think is for prescription drugs for conditions people have given up on if they do not see a doctor regularly, like HCV drugs, which is now a curable condition, but maybe something someone has been living with for decades and doesn't even bother to mention to their doctor anymore. Lobbyists, where large companies and rich individuals put their money to change or uphold laws in their favor. It's not lobbying that's the problem, it's donations. I just moved to the US. Turning right on a red light, when allowed, gives me a little panic attack every time. Wait until you turn left onto a one-way street on red. Turn left onto a one-way street from a one-way street. I would say, since I'm a dude, taking off your shirt in public it just feels weird. I'm not ashamed of my body, it just should be a thing. IDK, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. Shirtless people makes me uncomfortable. This is more about manners. If I'm walking in an area with people about like in the center of town or the high street, top stays on, my own garden etc. Likely off unless others are there. Any form of fake news. It should be illegal to spread misinformation and highly opinionated articles. That guy in Celtic shirt and Union Jack shorts. I'd never seen this before. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. He needs put away. College students who clearly can't take care of a pet. I know so many students who can't even wipe their own ass that have dogs and cats. They are abused because they forget to feed them and never walk them. Buying kids underwear. If you don't have any kids, I can't help being 31 years old and small. It's what I told my girlfriend. She still left me. Putting the milk in first while making tea. Interesting fact, that was originally only because the teacups were delicate enough they could shatter from the hot tea making direct contact. Making laws that puts people at risk. I'm looking at you, Alabama. Alabama can't answer, they are too busy buying more guns and ducking their cousins. I'm from AL originally, and while this is kind of offensive, I can't even be mad. ESP, since I learned that in Birmingham this summer, they've already charged a woman with criminal negligence for having a miscarriage. I purchased a long rifle out of the back of a car in a Walmart parking lot once. Paid in cash. Completely legal. The seller even asked if I wanted to do the transaction in the police station parking lot for extra security. Handed him $600 and walked away with an assault rifle. Not a single law was broken. Cheating. Why isn't it normal for you to just end the relationship instead of causing pain to the person who's putting effort into loving you? It would solve so much depression if relationships were just cut off, blunt and simple. I don't love you anymore. Please take it easy because you're a wonderful person and you will definitely find someone else. Taking a picture of someone in a public place and posting it on social media. Long as they're in public you're fine. Spreading misinformation on media by relying on words reportedly, allegedly and according to. Eating someone else's last handful of fries without asking. Actually that would be petty theft.